Hello friends, in this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to load more data on web page which click on button in Laravel Framework using Ajax. This type of feature we can mainly seen in social media site when page load. Then we can see only some records on web page, while for seeing another data, we have to click on button. After click on button, other data will be load on web page, like pagination, because this is one type of pagination, in which all data has not be load at the same time, but it is load on button click event. This type of feature, we have to make in Laravel Framework, by using Ajax with jQuery and Mysql. Now, let's start discussing this topic. This is our testing database, in which we have one post table, in which we have store post published data. We will make load more data functionality by using this table data with Laravel Framework using Ajax. This is our Laravel working folder. Here first we want to make database connection, so we have go to config folder, and under this we have open database.php. Under this file, we have to define MySQL database connection property like host set to localhost, database name set to testing, username set to root, and password set to blank. Now, we have open.env file, and here also we want to define MySQL database connection details like host set to localhost, database name set to testing, username set to root, and password set to blank. Now we want to make controller, so we have go to command prompt, in which we have already run composer command. Now we have run this command. This command will make Laravel controller. For C load more controller, we have to go to app folder. In this we have go to HTTP folder, and in this folder, we have open controllers folder. Here we can find controller file. So we have opened this controller file, and here we have write use statement with database. It has been used for database operations in our Laravel application. Under this controller, first, we have defined function index. This function has been called. If we have directly called base URL /load more in browser, then this method has been called. Under this method, we have write, return statement, with view method, and under this method we have write, load more view file. It will load this load more view file in browser. Now we have go to resources folder, and this we have open views folder, and from this folder, we have open load more.blade.php file. In this file, we have already loaded jQuery library and Bootstrap library. First, here we have write Laravel expression with CSRF field function. This function required when we have used post data method for send data to server, because for handle cross-site request forgery. Below this, we have defined one division tag with ID is equal to post data Under this tag, we will load post data by using Ajax. Now, we have moved to write jQuery code. Here we have write underscore token variable is equal to dollar with input tag with name is equal to underscore token with value method. This code will fetch value of hidden input field name underscore and store under this underscore token variable. Now we have make one function load data with two argument like id variable is equal to blank and underscore token variable. This function will load post data on web page. Under this function, we have start write Ajax, request first option URL, and here we have write Laravel expression, with root method. Under this method, we have write load more.load data, here we have send request to, load data method of load more controller. In second option, we have write method option, and here we have defined post method for send data to server. In third option, we have defined data, and in this option, we can define which data we want send to server, so here we have define ID variable, and underscore token variable. Lastly, we have write success callback function. This function has been called if request completed successfully, and it will receive data from server. Under this function we have write dollar with button ID load more button with remove button. This method will remove content of this ID field. Below this, we have write dollar with division tag ID post data with append method, and under this we have write data variable. It will append HTML code under this division tag. Now, we have go to load more controller, and here we have defined load more function with request argument. This function will receive Ajax request. Under this function, we have write if statement, and under condition, we have write $request variable with Ajax method. If this method will return true, if it has received Ajax request. Under this block, we have write if statement, and under condition we have write $request variable with ID variable value greater than 0. If this condition true, then it will execute if block of code. Under this block, we have write $data variable is equal to database object with table method with post table. This method will return query like select star from post table. Here we have add where method, 3 argument like ID table column, less than and $request with ID variable. This method will add where clause in select query. After this, we have add order by method with 2 argument like ID table column and descending order. This method will add order by clause in select query. Same way, here we have add one more limit method with 5. This method will set the limit of the query. Lastly, we have write get method. This method will make select query, and return data in array of object, which has been stored under $data variable. But suppose ID variable value is 0, then it will execute else block of code, and here we have write $data variable is equal to database class object with table method, and under this we have write post. It will return query like select star from post table. After this we have add order by method with 2 argument like id and descending order. It will add order by clause in select query. For set the limit of data fetch, here we have add limit method with 5. It will fetch only next 5 records only. Lastly, we have write get method. It will execute select query and return data in array of object format, which has been stored in $data variable. Below this, here we have defined 2 variable like $output variable and $last id variable is equal to blank value. Now, we have write if statement, and under condition, we have write not operator with $data variable with is method. If $data variable has some value, then it will execute if block, otherwise it will execute else block of code. Suppose above condition false, then it will execute else block of code, and here we have write $output variable, and in this variable we have append HTML code like division tag with attribute id is equal to load more, and under this, we have write button tag with type is equal to button, name and id is equal to load more button. In text we have write no data found. But suppose above condition true, that means $data variable has some value, then it will execute if block, and here we have write for each loop with $data variable as $row variable. Under this loop, we have write $output variable, and in this variable we have append HTML code. In this first we want to display post title, so here we have write $row with post title object. After this, we want to display post description details, so here we have write $row with post description object. Same way, we want to display post publish date, so here we have write $row date object. And lastly, we want to display author name, so here we have write $row with author object. After this, here we have write $last id variable is equal to $row variable with id object. In this variable it will store last record id details. Now we want to make load more data button, so here again we have write $output variable, and in this variable we have append HTML code like division tag with id is equal to load more. Under this tag, we have write button type is equal to button, name and id is equal to load more button, and in data id attribute, we have write $last id variable, in which we have store last record id. So, this way we have store all data in $output variable. Now we want to send this data to Ajax request, so here we have write echo statement with $output variable. Now we have go to load more.blade.php file, and here we have called load data function. In first argument we have write blank value, and in second argument we have write underscore token variable. It will load first 5 records on web page. Now, we want to set root of index, and load data method of load controller. For this we have to go to roots folder, and here we want to open webpage.php file. Under this file, we have write root class with get method with 2 argument. In first argument we have write /load more, and in second argument we have write load more controller at the rate index. So, when we have type base URL /load more in browser, then it will called index method of load more controller. Below this, we have write root class with post method with 2 argument. In first argument we have write load more /load data, and in second argument we have write load more controller at the rate load data. It will called load data method of load more controller when page has send request to this URL. Here we have add name method, and under this we have write load more.load data. This is for Ajax request. For run Laravel application, we have go to command prompt, and here we have type php artisan serve command. After run, this it will start Laravel application, and send base URL of application. In browser, we can see, we have type base URL /load more, then on web page, we can see last 5 records of post table, and below we can see load more button. But currently, when we have click on button, no more data has been load. For load more data, we have to go load more.blade.php file. And here we have write $with document selector with on method, and under this we have write click event with button ID load more button. So when we have click on load more button, this block of code will execute. Under this block, we have define ID variable is equal to $this with data method, and under this we have write ID. It will fetch data from data ID attribute, and store under ID variable. Below this, we have write $with button ID load more button, with HTML method, and under this we have write loading. It will change button text. Lastly, we have called load data function. In first argument we have write ID variable, and in second argument we have write underscore token variable. It will load more data on web page. Friends, first we have refresh web page. After refresh of web page, we can see top 5 records on web page, with load more button. Now we have click on load more button. After click on load more button, here we can see that more 5 records has been loaded on web page, so on every click it will load more 5 data on web page. Here we can see data has been loaded, without refresh of web page, when all data has been fetched from database and display on web page. Then lastly it will display message like not more data found. So, here are code working on how make load more data, feature in Laravel Framework using Ajax. If you have any query or input regarding this video tutorial, please comment your query or input in comment box, or if you like this video tutorial, please share with your friends, or even you can also share on social media also. If you want to get more update regarding our video tutorial, please subscribe our YouTube channel for get more update regarding release of future video. Lastly, keep watching our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video tutorial.